Hey there, y'all. This is Jack, and today we're discussing Ragnarok, the best well-written characters tier list. All right. So yeah, I've been looking forward to making this video. There might be some controversial ones, I'll say. Also, first of all characters here are written well, besides one. So yeah, you might be curious who might that be. I think it's obviously pretty obvious. But yeah, we're gonna put Okito, Nostradamus, Katiko, and Simu at undecided as yet. We have not seen their backstories or their story yet, or see their rounds, so they will be undecided as of the moment. So yeah, this will only go up from rounds 1 through 10. So yeah, all right, let's just jump right into the rankings, shall we? All right, let's do this here. Okay, Thor. All right, I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but Thor is actually he's just good tier. Again, Thor with him just being too strong, the backstory of him being too strong, no one ever really giving him a match, and so he's just just a solitude dude, and that goes with without saying that Lu Bu is in the I would say above Thor as of the moment. Again, this is not going in including Lu Bu's his spin-off manga. It's just these two characters, and the reason I put Lu Bu up above is because even though both of them are very similar, Lu Bu did choose a different path, and where he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna let myself die. I don't even care. I don't want to live no more. It's just so boring." And then also him just trying to create that new technique, Sky Eater. Even though that technique is absolutely so good, he knew he was never gonna be able to use it on anyone after he created it, and he just went to depression after that. So again, good stuff. They're very good, but compared to these other characters, yeah, they're just in good tier. Okay, we got Zeus. Zeus, I'm gonna put top of good tier for now because, again, Zeus he's pretty good. Especially we see later on. Again, he's just like Lu Bu and Thor, but Zeus has a little bit more going for him. Where we saw him fight his father and killed his father, and then later on we saw him in the Gigantic Monarchy and the Tented Monarchy with him just fighting. Then him interacting with Shiva, I think really stand out with Shiva saying these humans are pretty good, and Zeus like is like, yeah, I agree. Even though he wants to win this tournament so bad, he still feels like I kind of, he doesn't say out loud, but he kind of respects the humans. He kind of does, which is it's pretty cool to see that. Also, his interactions with Adam was very great, which leads to Adam being great here. Adam, again, he is, wow. I gotta say that character with just a little bit moments we got of him was just excellent, excellent, excellent. And Adam just giving it all he's got, just showing the love for his family, and hearing the baby cry in the background, and him just saying, don't worry, Dad's here. He'll make the stop. Again, great stuff there with Adam. Then Poseidon. Poseidon, I'm moving up. Oh, Poseidon's is he? He might. I'll put him for now behind Zeus for now. For now, the reason or Poseidon gets all the way up here is not just because his backstory with Adamus, which is pretty good in itself, but also his background with Hades, which we get is actually really good and adds a lot more to Poseidon. If it was just that, I'd probably put Poseidon probably behind Thor, but as of now, Poseidon, he's got that going from. And Kojiro Sakaze, he's up in great tier above Adam. Again, Adam's my favorite, but you cannot deny Kojiro Sakaze. Excellent character, and I love that we get more of him. Of his interactions with Otiki, or I'm so sorry, Soji, I should say. I can't say his other name correctly, but Soji, his interaction with Soji and his commentary, and then not just to mention that, but his background too. Just him being the ultimate loser that just persevering to he doesn't care about that title of being the loser or being the strongest. He just wants to get stronger and just have good fights. That's what he wants. And yes, he's taken so many L's in his life and only one victory. But for him, it's worth it because he gets to fight so many people, and he's just so grateful for that. Again, great stuff there. And Hercules, I will say, is right between Kojiro and Adam. Again, Hercules, very good. A very, very weak boy named Ulysses, very strong and just persevering. And even when it came down to the gods coming down on his own people, he stood up to Ares and took him on and drank the blood of Zeus to get far more stronger. Again, great stuff with Hercules. Now, Jack, our first How tier. Jack is excellent. You know that meme of just right? That's Jack. Jack in this series is excellent. He's How tier. Top of the top. Jack is excellent from his backstory when he's a child, and then learning about the gods when his interaction where he's like, I'm going to change your color. Hercules in the end, he's like, he admits, yeah, it's my loss. I couldn't change your color. And just his commentary with the audience members and with his Valkyrie, again, great stuff. Jack is one of, if not probably my favorite backstory. There's another one, top contender. I think you guys could guess here. But yeah, Jack is definitely top tier when it comes to writing in the series. Again, not including his spin-off, not including that. All right. We got Shiva. Shiva's really good as well, and I'll put him right above Hercules. Shiva, great backstory. His backstory with Rudra, them two just, again, which is interesting. Rudra, in any other story, you can see Rudra being the main character of that flashback, but it's really Shiva. Again, because Rudra's the one that gets Shiva motivated to, all right, let's go challenge the other Indian gods, go challenge them, take them on, and prove that we're the strongest. And they do it, yeah. And we follow Rudra and Shiva, and in the end, it comes down to Shiva and Rudra, and Shiva's just begging, not saying out loud, but thinking to himself, Rudra, just stay down, because Shiva's stronger than Rudra. He just beat him down, and Rudra will just keep getting back up. And she was just like, I can't. And right before Shiva could say, I surrender, Rudra surrenders, and he gets mad at Shiva, saying, Shiva, even if it means my death, you just got to keep going and going. You can't let me, take the easy way out. You just can't do it. And then we get Shiva's just talking to Raiden and saying, all the Indian gods, they got my back because I'm the peak of the Indian gods. And then just that great stuff there. Which Raiden, I will say Raiden is really good too. He's right behind. Is he behind? Okay, hold on. Is he behind Shiva or right in front of Hercules? Is the one I want to say. Is he? Oh man. Okay, for now I'll put him right behind him. Right behind Shiva. I'm really thinking, is he behind Hercules or is he in front of Hercules? But I'll put him in front of Hercules. Reason is it's actually really good stuff. Not just from when he was a baby, struggling, but also him when he was a child, getting that development of him as a child, wanting to play sumo, but he was just too rough for the kids, and he would just, continuously hurt them by accident, not on purpose, and he'd always had that trauma with him, even when he's an adult. And again, he's fighting adults, but when he sees people terrified of him, he gets that trauma back, which really, really makes him, not. Well, just gives up the round, even though he could win any round in the world, really. In him not ever really having to able to go 100% in sumo until he met Shiva is really great stuff there. Again, great stuff with Raiden there for sure. And then Zerofuku is actually not bad. I'd put him above in good so far because again, Zero, pretty good backstory. He's not very complex, not very super, in depth. It's just a good god, that wants to help people, and he helps people. Goes around and he got taken advantage of. And the humans that received his help just forgot about him and just didn't care for him, and then he kind of lost it, and then turned to the seven lucky gods before he could hurt a human. And then he comes back together to fight Buddha. Now that I'm talking more about him, I'll put him right above Adam because Zero's actually pretty dang good now that I think more about it. So yeah, Zero is actually pretty good. Now Hajun, poo tier. Need I say more? Anyway, Buddha is really good. I put Buddha right. Oh my. Is Buddha in front of Kojiro or behind Kojiro? Buddha's really good too. I'll put Buddha in front of Kojiro as of now. Buddha, again, with his backstory, we saw. Okay, Buddha is a very interesting character because his dreams, like he could inherit a prosperous country and lead his people to even being even more prosperous, but he kind of takes another route after achieving nirvana, and be like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. And then he gets his brother's body, in the casket, and sails him down because his brother always wanted to see what was beyond the river, the mountains. And he's like, okay, brother, now you can finally see. And then we get Mayor Shiva just going around, just helping people achieve enlightenment, and just chilling out, even if it just means just relaxing under a tree. That's good enough for Buddha, just going around helping people. and preventing people from being sacrificed to gods. Because again, if it goes against Buddha's will, he's just gonna go fight it, and him actually going out and actually saving the humans when he believes the responsibility of the gods is to protect the humans. And if they're not going to do that, well, he's going to stand in all their way, which is very, very interesting with Buddha, just sticking himself out. Then also, not to mention him, with Siegfried and all that. So we're gonna get even more with Buddha, which he could honestly be how tier by the end of the series. I could definitely see that. Hades is excellent. I'll put him right in front of Kojiro. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I think I do for now. Okay, now I'm not. Okay, I'm not being biased. Hades is my favorite god fighter, but he's actually pretty dang good. I love his. We see with his story, just interacting with Zeus when he went to go watch Hajun's and Buddha's fight, and then after that, we get his interaction with Qin Shi Huang. With Qin Shi Huang again, it's fantastic. His interaction, then asking him what is a king to you, and Qin Shi Huang tells me, the three things, and Hades like, what, that's pretty good. That's exactly what my brother stood for. And then we get Hades' backstory of him taking on the Titans to take on that load on himself to protect his brother's backs, because no matter what, he'll always get his brother's backs. He's the god that everyone can rely on. And not just that, but we even get the emo god Beelzebub even relying on Hades. Even though Beelzebub said, yeah, Hades is gonna lose to Qin Shi Huang, Beelzebub was even at the end shocked at Hades' loss, because Hades is just that kind of guy that will persevere no matter what to get the victory for his people and the people he promised. And we know how that ends. Again, Hades, very, very good. Qin Shi Huang is another excellent, one of the best. Again, between Qin Shi Huang and Jacket, honestly, for me, on any other day, like literally, the next day or the next hour, I could probably switch them. But for me, Qin Shi Huang is probably the best written character in Ragnarok. Again, excellent. This character that we first see kind of acts entitled, but then we find out later on why he earned that title of being the emperor. He's a god. He's not. Excuse me. He's not a god. He's a character that's like, yeah, wherever he does, that's the correct way, because he's the king. And we learned that why he acts like this, because when he was a child with a Shin Shi Han, or sorry, with Chunyun, excuse me, when he was a child, Chunyun, Chunyun, gave him those, excuse me, those values. Wanting to protect the people, wanting to help people, even though the people aren't always great, no matter what. It's still, correct to help people, even if the people, are terrible to you. It's okay to be angry and spiteful towards them, but in the end, you just gotta be true to yourself. And if it's helping people and trying to make your country prosperous, that's the way to do it. Chunyun just giving those values onto Qin Shi Huang as a child is just absolutely fantastic. Not to mention that Qin Shi Huang, whenever he feels a pain of the people, or when they're hurt, he feels it as well. And even Hades points out, that's probably a curse, and Qin Shi Huang's like, no, that's not a curse, that's a blessing, because I know how my people feel, and that makes me, and I could get a first, hand on feel on what they're feeling, which again is excellent, excellent. Now Beelzebub's really good too. He's not my favorite, but he's really good. I'd probably put him maybe. I'll probably put him above. Do I want to put him above or behind Buddha? Because Beelzebub's actually really good. Beelzebub, again, a god that we see. I don't know. Do I want to put him? We might. Okay, Beelzebub's an interesting guy, because you could have dropped the ball with him with how emo he is, but the writers and script writer and mangaka did an excellent job with Beelzebub. Beelzebub, we saw from him just being a loner all the way up to being this cruel, sadistic god that doesn't even really take joy in torturing and mutilating other gods. He just wants to create something that will eventually just come and kill him in the most gruesome way possible, because he feels he deserves that, because he bears the demon Satan within him, and he feels, that no matter who he befriends and who he takes a liking to, he will kill them. And it's not because he wants to; it's because Satan takes over his body and he kills him. He killed his friend Lucifer. He killed his buddies, and not to mention the love of his life, Lilith. And so Beelzebub just being in this torment, in this hellish torment, and not to mention his infect in Ragnarok with, he actually is the reason why Hajun came back, infected the Zero, and created Hajun, which Hajun nearly killed the Buddha. But yeah, Beelzebub, very, very good as well, I gotta say. not how tier, but very, very good. But again, Beelzebub's story is not over yet, so we'll see. Tesla is excellent, but he is right behind Buddha. Tesla is very, very good. I love his backstory with him. His brother. Again, wow, a lot of brothers here in this story, right? We got Buddha, Tesla, Hades. A lot of brothers right there, I gotta say. All grouped up. Wow. Almost, yeah. Then we got wow, that's I didn't notice that. But yeah, Tesla again, very good. Tesla with his brother. And I also love that they didn't make Tesla like super overly smart. That Tesla like when his brother died and with the windmill, it took Tesla a few months to be able to get it right, and he didn't get it right away. I appreciate that a lot to show that Tesla's smart, but he does have his limitations. He does have to take a while, which reflects very well in his round against Beelzebub, where even Beelzebub somewhat took a liking, not a liking to him, but in humans in general, where he just wants to eliminate humans because they're responsible for Hades' death. But just being able to turn it on Beelzebub just a bit to where Beelzebub's like, you know what? Humans and gods aren't so different in the end. And then not to mention his interaction with Beelzebub is actually very, very good. I love his personality where he never, scorns Beelzebub. He's like, you know what? Thanks to you, Beelzebub, I was able to evolve. No, not just me, but humanity in general, which is great stuff for Tesla. And then Apollo is a very, very good one, which is very surprising for me. I'll put Apollo. Oh my, Apollo's really good. I'll probably put Apollo right behind. That's interesting here. This is a very, very hard one right here, honestly. For now, I'll probably put him behind Tesla. Maybe sometime I get to digest his story a little bit more. He could probably overcome Tesla. But as of now, um, yeah, Apollo, very, very good story. I did not expect his backstory to be coming at all. With him, being just this very underwhelming god, and until he trained and became stronger and overcame his obstacles to become the god Apollo that gods could rely on. That he will do everything again. Very similar to Hades vibes, but Apollo is just that god where he's strong. He's like full of himself for a bit, but you get why, because he trained for it, and well, not trained for it, but he earned that right. He was very meek. He did not stand out, and he trained his hardest to become at his level where he could be the way he is, where he treats beauty as is not skin deep. It's what counts on the inside, which comes to Leonidas. Leonidas is very good. So, but I'll put him and top of good tier again. Leonidas, he seems to be a better version of the of Lu Bu and Thor. Where Leonidas, he just wasn't too strong. He was strong, and a lot of people relied on him, and he was aware of that. But Leonidas was the kind of king that would take on enemies head on, even if he was alone or not. And if he inspired, then so be it. Come follow me, because I'm not going to slow down for you. And then him taking on the Persians, being completely outnumbered, and yeah, Leonidas just leading them, and then dying in the process of taking on King Xerxes again. Very, very good stuff there with Leonidas. But again, when it comes to characters above him, it's unfortunate because we only got really one flashback with Leonidas, which is unfortunate. But that's the way it goes, and Leonidas is very, very good, I gotta say. So yeah, yeah. So that's my tier list of best written characters. I'd be curious. You know what? Let me know who's your guys' top five. Or here's a better one yet. Who's your number one and your least, your bottom? Your best well written and your least well written. Who knows? If it's anyone about Hajun, please let me know why. I'd be very, very curious. Because Hajun, I'm so strong, I destroyed half of Helheim. Oh, I blew up because I was too strong. I'm back. I'm gonna kill everyone. I died. Divine punishment, divine retribution, and he dies. Lame, lame, lame. In the context of this story, he's not. He serves his purpose. Compared to all these other characters, he's legit bad. But when it comes to his specific design against Buddha, he serves it well, like pretty well. When it comes to writing, he's just lame. So yeah, that concludes my video of best written characters. So let me know who you guys' best and worst written characters. I'd be very curious to hear what y'all have to say. So anyway, Okay, that concludes my video, and I hope you guys take care and have a good one.